Welcome to BT Game Night. This is Phil from NeoRoyal House of Pricey Cardboard, and I have the honor to introduce our contestants in the first quarterfinal match of this tournament. In the left corner, with an opening hand of a Mountain, Dragon's Coast Summit, Blood Crypt, Arcane Signet, Ornithopter of Paradise, Ravenous Chupacabra, Marchesa the Black Rose, and his legendary zombie assassin commander, Thraximundar, we have Skyler. In the right corner, with an opening hand of 2 Forest, Sylvan Scrying, Tilling Tree Folk, Hunter's Insight, Gaia's Will, Abundant Harvest, and his legendary elemental commander Titania Protector of Argoth, this is Gemi. You may begin the hostilities.
For their first turns, Gemi plays a Forest and casts Abundant Harvest, choosing land, and reveals cards until he gets the land Gargoyle Castle, which he adds to his hand and then bottoms the rest. While Skyler plays Blood Crypt tapped. Gemi plays a basic and casts Sylvan Scrying to add Strip Mine from his deck to his hand. While Skyler plays and sacks Bloodstained Mire, paying 1 life to net Steam Vents from his deck into play untapped, paying 2 life, and casts Arcane Signet. Gemi plays Strip Mine and casts Rampant Growth. This nets him a basic from his deck into play tapped. Then he sacks his Strip Mine to destroy the Blood Crypt. For Skyler's turn, he plays Dragon's Skull Summit and casts Ornithopter of Paradise. Gemi plays Field of Ruin and suspends Gaia's Will. At the end of Skyler's upkeep, Gemi sacks his Field of Ruin to destroy Steam Vents. This allows both players to get a free basic from their decks into play. Skyler then plays and sacks Evolving Wilds. This lets him net a swamp from his deck into play tapped. Then he casts Marchesa the Black Rose, which gives all of his creatures dethrone before passing. During his upkeep, Gemi removes a time counter from his Gaia's Will. He then plays a basic and casts his general Titania Protector of Argoth. With its ETB, he returns Strip Mine from his graveyard to play. Then he sacks it immediately to destroy the Dragon's Skull Summit, and thanks to his general, gets his first 5/3 green elemental creature token. For Skyler's turn, he plays a Mountain and casts Ravenous Chupacabra, and with its ETB, he destroys Titania before passing. During his upkeep, Gemi removes another time counter from his Gaia's Will. Then he plays Gargoyle Castle and casts Tilling Tree Folk. With its ETB, Gemi returns Strip Mine and Field of Ruin from the graveyard to his hand. Then he moves into combat and attacks with his elemental token. Skyler has his Chupacabra block and take the hit before the turn comes to an end. For Skyler's turn, he casts Whisper Silk Cloak and equips it to Marchesa, making her unblockable and gaining Shroud. Then he moves into combat and attacks with her. She also gains a +1/+1 counter due to having Dethrone. Gemi takes 4 damage, and then Skyler passes. During his upkeep, Gemi removes another time counter from his Gaia's Will. Then he replays Strip Mine and casts Garruk's Horde, revealing his top card to be Roiling Regrowth. Then he moves into combat and attacks with his Tree Folk and Elemental. As a result, Skyler takes 6 damage before the turn comes to an end. While Skyler top decks a swamp, he needed just that mana to be able to cast Rooftop Storm, which lets him cast zombies for free, including his general, Thraximundar. Skyler then moves into combat and attacks with Thraximundar. It gains a +1/+1 counter for having Dethrone, and due to its trigger, Gemi sacks his Tree Folk, to which Thraximundar gains yet another +1/+1 counter. Gemi declares no blocks and takes 8 damage before Skyler passes. During his upkeep, Gemi removes the last counter from his Gaia's Will, which now makes the card cast. His top card of his deck is now Swiftfoot Boots. Next he plays Petrified Field, and then sacks his Strip Mine to destroy the island. Then he recasts Titania, and with her ETB, he returns Strip Mine to play once more, which he then sacks right away to destroy the mountain and gain another elemental token. Then Gemi moves into combat and attacks with an elemental and his horde. Skyler has Marchesa trade with the elemental token, as due to her effect, she will return to play during the end step as she has a +1/+1 counter. As a result, Gemi passes and Marchesa returns. For Skyler's turn, he equips Thraximundar with his Whisper Silk Cloak, and then moves into combat and attacks with it. It gains yet another 2 +1/+1 counters, one from having Dethrone, and the other from its effect, which forces Gemi to sacrifice his elemental token. As Thrax is unblockable, Gemi takes a painful 10 damage as Skyler's turn comes to an end. Gemi's new top card is a basic land. He replays his Field of Ruin, but realizes he can't survive another hit from Thraximundar and has no way of blocking it thanks to the Whisper Silk Cloak, nor does he have a card to get rid of the creature either. As a result, Gemi scoops it up, allowing Skyler to take the win and move on to the semifinals. I may be alone in this sentiment, but I think Gemi made just one error, and that was on the turn he played Tilling Tree Folk. If he had replayed his Strip Mine that turn, instead of playing Gargoyle Castle to take out another one of Skyler's lands, to be honest, I think he would have been just fine. Speaking of Skyler, that Rooftop Storm was so clutch. I mean, with his lands being blown away one by one, being able to cast Thraximundar at just that moment while having access to both Marchesa and a Whisper Silk Cloak to make sure his hits were unblockable, it gave him just the edge he needed to make that sweet comeback and take the win. Agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoy our content, consider becoming a patron. We'll give you access to our sweet prize tournaments, bonus giveaway entries, your name in our EDHCC club, and so much more. Also, it's finally 2022, a brand new year. So why not pick up a brand new set of custom sleeves or even a brand new playmat from yourplaymat.com. You can use our promo code BT10YP or just click the affiliate link in the description below and receive 10% off your order. This gives you some cool swag at a cheaper price and it helps out the channel at the same time. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you all so much for watching. It means so much to me. Until next time, stay warm, stay safe, especially in this ongoing pandemic, and keep on card gaming. I love you all, and Happy New Year.